man, oh man. Please work this time. Please work this time. This time on Embark with Mark, I'm going to talk about why I chose the SpotX over the Garmin InReach. Let's get into it. Okay, we're sitting in the back of the Jeep. It's actually kind of cozy back here. I'm trying to hide from that sun. I don't have sunglasses right now. So, the SpotX. Why did I choose this over the InReach? There's a few options. One, let's get it right out of the way. It was price. And not just the price of the device, right? I was not looking at that. More so the price of what was going to cost me long term to maintain the contract. And the one thing that was really incentivizing for this one, was that I could pause the contract on it, so I could only pay for a few months out of the year if I'm only using it for that time, or I could pay it yearly. It's basically payment options, right? Also, the price on this guy is cheaper when you calculate that you get to use, tracking options? I think it is with the base payment plan. You get unlimited tracking, which I think it's invaluable, right? Because like when you're tracking and if something happens to the device, and it sends out that like one breadcrumb, or something happens to you and you can't get to this thing, and people are worried about you, like you don't get your typical daily message, or they don't get a message for a few days or something, they think something's up, they at least know where to start. And if you're leaving a breadcrumb trail, at least you have a direction that you think they were going, right? And that's really invaluable because like, you know, if I say, hey, I'm doing the Mojave Road, and they just start looking at the Mojave Road, the Mojave Preserve is massive, and I could have gone off on a different direction and gone over and explored a different area. And even if this didn't like happen to drop a track when I turned, at least like it's gonna have something within that hour of travel, so it'll narrow down the search area a lot. But back to the price. So for me, I had to be able to afford the operation of one, right? And honestly, I think get the best on what you can afford. So I looked at PLBs, and I think they are awesome options, and I may get one in the future to stash in here as a backup in case this one doesn't have great coverage. But I don't think you should steer away from the SpotX in favor of the Garmin. I think you need to look at the features that best suit you. The tracking option for me, being able to get that at a price that was affordable, was crucial. And just because we're on it, let's talk about coverage real quick. I've not had a single coverage issue with this, and I'm being honest. Yeah, messages sometimes take a few minutes to come in and a few minutes to send. Usually they're pretty fast, not as fast as a cell phone, but usually a few minutes each. And I don't have a problem with that. I'm not using this to text back and forth to like, you know, message my friends and everything, or like update Facebook profiles and stuff, which it can do, I guess, supposedly. I've never used it for that. This is literally for me just to update people on where I'm at, what I'm doing, as far as like, am I staying here for the night? Am I keep going? Just keep in touch here and there with people. And I use the presets most of the time. I don't actually text, so I just hit the preset I have in there. I think you get 15 or something like that. And I just use those, and they're fantastic. So, like for me, the price for the features that I got outweighed the Garmin InReach for me personally. Now, everyone is different. You know, it depends on your use case. You live in an area where, or if you're traveling more so to an areas where the SpotX doesn't have great coverage. And from their maps, this has pretty good coverage. Some areas out of like the United States don't have the best, so in that situation, I could see you going with an InReach. But other than that, like, you know, I think they're really pretty comparable. The Garmin does have some nice features like hooking your cell phone and stuff to it. But on that topic, I wanted something that could be a standalone device, right? Like, what if your phone breaks or dies or something weird? You know, at least you can text on this without having to use your phone. The phone on the InReach is really nice because you can text really fast and everything. But again, speed for me on this thing is not a problem because I'm not using it for that, right? When I go out in the backcountry, get away, overlanding, camping, whatever you want to call it, I'm not using this to like stay in contact with people and see what's going on in their daily lives, right? I'm using it so that people just have a general idea of the location I'm at, just in case something happens to me. And I think that's what's important, right? Being able to stay safe. I don't think staying in contact is really that crucial as far as like staying up to date with current events in the world. The other thing with this specific device is the battery life. The Garmin, I forget the amount of days, but... Oh, look, my door's open. The Garmin, I forget the amount of days. I think it's 2 days or something. Don't quote me on this. I'll just flash it on the screen for you. But I know the SpotX is advertised at 10 days. And what I can tell you is I have gotten darn near close to that. Sometimes it's 8, 9. I have hit 10, just depending on how often I'm using the tracking feature on there. Typically, I have mine set to an hour. And from there, every hour it throws up a tracking point. And with that, I get 8 or 9 days out of it reliably. If I was to turn it off every night, I would probably get 2 weeks, maybe 3 or a month out of it. The thing just has excellent battery life. Right now, it has half a battery left, and I used it a month ago, and I used it for 4 days, and then I turned it off and stored it, and it still has half a battery left, so that's great. It does charge a little slow, forewarned. It takes about 3 or 4 hours to fully charge, at least mine does. But yeah, I mean, those are honestly the reasons why I chose the SpotX. So I guess the point of this video is, don't be scared of this. It actually is a great device. It works awesome for me. I like it standalone. I like how it's standalone. The price point is easier to get into, especially if you're a college student who's doing this overlanding stuff or exploring. And the use, it works well for me, and I like it. So, do I recommend the SpotX? Yeah. Do I recommend it over the InReach? I'm gonna leave that for you. You have to decide what features do you want and what can you afford. That's honestly what it comes down to. But anyway, guys, so if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you like what's going on the channel, hit subscribe down below. If you have any questions about this or my uses or anything else going on, you know what to do. There's always comments down there, and we'll see you in the next one.